In this session, we will talk about how to use AI to repurpose your content for maximum exposure. And I have Hani Mourra from Repurpose.io with me, and he's gonna basically dive into some really cool strategies for how to do this. I've known Hani for a long time. I think we go way back when I basically started my business, like around 2013, 2014. I found what he was doing with some WordPress plugins initially, and then he came out with Repurpose.io, which was way before AI became really huge, which is interesting. So he's been working with automation for a long, long time. But now in the AI revolution, of course, they are diving deep into the AI space as well. And I'm sure he's going to share a little bit what they're adding and things like that, but also some strategies because he has a lot of customers and he sees daily what's working with the repurposing and what's not working with short form content. I'm a big fan of the long form, but we can talk a little bit different strategies for producing content for maximum exposure in this session. So with that being said, warm welcome, Hani.
Pete, thank you, man. It's good to see you again.
Yeah, it's been a while, as we said in the pre-chat, but it's awesome to have you here and talking about repurposing and seeing kind of what you have built. You have the full branding on the shirt there. But I just wanted to mention for everyone who's watching, if you are interested, as we go here to check it out, I chatted with Hani a little bit to get a 30-day trial, which is an extended one, or what they offer on their website. Plus, you get 30 videos during this time as well. So that's navid.link/repurpose. You can just check it out if you're interested. I'll drop a link in the description as well. But Hani, let's get into it a little bit. How did this start in the world of automation and repurposing? And then we can dive into a little bit how you got into the AI space as well with this.
Yeah, so we started Repurpose about 7 years ago. But prior to that, we were doing WordPress plugins, like you were mentioning, but they were built on automation. Like for me, I'm a content creator, love video, always wanted to automate a lot of these tasks that are tedious. So the first ones we automated were all WordPress related. So as an example, you put a video on YouTube, I wanted to automate that process to get it on my WordPress blog back like 10 years ago. So that's how we got into the space of just being video creator, being, a business owner. I'm a blogger at the time, and I wanted to put content to my blog. So that's how it all started. And then Repurpose kind of came to life where those users were saying, listen, we'd love the automation to your blog, but it'd be awesome if you can automate from one platform to the other. Like say I put a YouTube video, can you send it to Facebook? Or if I go live on Facebook, this is again 7 years ago, if I go live on Facebook, can you push that to YouTube automatically without me having to click anything? And that was the whole starting point of Repurpose.
But that was revolutionary at the time. I remember this. I remember very vividly when people were like talking a lot about it. Now there's a lot of different tools that do it. And I know you guys are, doing some things other tools they don't do, and vice versa. It's always some features some tools have. But how did it, you're having tell me a little bit about the tools so people can understand what it is that you guys do and how it may be different than the competition.
That's a great question. So we do things differently. The whole design from day one was not to affect your workflow as a content creator. If you like to upload videos to YouTube, that kind of like make the video, edit it, upload it to YouTube. But then you want to push out from YouTube to different channels. We didn't want you to change that. We didn't want you to say, okay, upload to Repurpose and we'll push it to YouTube for you. So we always designed it in a way where you don't change the way you do it. If you have an audio podcast, keep doing what you're doing. And then you connect those social platforms. You connect your podcast, your YouTube channel, your Pinterest account, Snapchat, Facebook, TikTok. We've got them all. We'll dive into it later. You connect all that into Repurpose, just basically giving it permission to access those accounts and publish on your behalf. And then the magic happens. You make basically what we call a workflow or like a recipe. So it's as simple as every time you see a new video on, let's say, my Facebook channel or my YouTube channel, I want you to automatically publish that to, let's say, my Instagram, for example.
I think that is how this already you're hearing, right? It's automation. It's actually, you can do maybe some things like that with other tools, but usually it's a manual process. You upload, let's say you have a longer video like what we are doing now, and I might need to I've talked about Opus Clip a little bit. There you need to upload that to Opus Clip, and then you get the clips. That works great, but it's not like an automatic process. I think that's really how you guys stood out also from the very beginning, because that was the kind of value proposition with the tool.
Exactly. Nobody had time to be uploading here, uploading here, uploading
Mm.
here. And if you go live back in the time, like going live was very popular on Facebook and other platforms. When you go live, then you got to go download and
Hmm.
then you got to go upload here and
Yeah.
upload here. So that was the value, is the automation. The other value is if you have a library of videos, let's say you have a TikTok channel or Instagram channel, Instagram Reels, you have 1,000 videos, but you haven't been posting them to YouTube Shorts, for example, because YouTube Shorts is new, relatively new now. So what do you do? Like, how do you download those 1,000 videos and then one day at a time, upload one there? You can't upload 1,000 in one day. They're not going to like that. So we have a feature where you can say, okay, every day of the week at around 9 o'clock, take one of my TikToks from, one of my 1,000 TikToks and upload to YouTube. So you start building, dripping your videos, one video
Okay.
per day to grow your YouTube Shorts
Interesting.
or
So it
your
has the
Instagram
schedule,
Reel.
kind of like a schedule feature,
An
right? So
it's an auto
it's
schedule
like a
feature.
scheduler too. It's like a social media management platform mixed with like automation for taking the content. But how does it work? Can you add like the descriptions and hashtags or whatever the platform
Yeah.
might need?
So there's two types of scheduling. One is the auto scheduling, where you literally just take it. It will take the caption from TikTok. Let's say we're going from TikTok to Shorts as an example. We'll take the caption from TikTok and use that as the caption for YouTube Shorts automatically. You don't need to log into the software. Once you set it up,
Okay.
every day we'll post a video. If you want more, every day we'll post one video at the exact time that you want. Like let's say you want 9 a.m. or 11 p.m.
Okay.
Pre-configure your schedule. One
Yeah.
time. It's very easy, very fast. But if you want more control, you can go in and just click a button inside of Repurpose, like inside your dashboard. I want this video, click, clean up the description, put your new hashtags in there,
Okay.
and then schedule that on October 30th at 9 p.m. So you have very fine control
Yeah.
on a per video basis. Or if you just want to drip one video at a time and just really be hands-free, right? Just start a new channel. We have the auto scheduling. So you have manual
Yeah.
scheduling and auto scheduling in
Very
Repurpose.
cool. I mean, I think this already is that's the value proposition. But I just
Yes.
wanted to make it clear how you guys are doing things. I think that sets the stage a little bit what we are going to talk
Yeah.
about as well. But since you've seen thousands and thousands of people going through this process using the tool over the years, what have you seen working well when it comes to repurposing content in general? And then we can talk about how, now with AI, how it plays a role and what you guys are gonna do in this space.
Yeah. So the short answer is what's working now is short form video. Whether
Mm.
you start with long and you create clips,
Mhm.
or you just start with the phone and you start natively making short videos, both strategies work. Again, we don't want you to change the way you do things. If you're more about interview style podcasts, video podcasts, you can chop that up using Repurpose itself has a clipping tool, but there's also third-party tools that were mentioned earlier.
Yeah.
They all work. They all work well. But the idea is
Do you add the captions, by the way, or is that something you have as well, that you add like this text for
we
short
have some of
form?
the captioning depending on which platform. That's something
Okay.
we're expanding in the new year on to bring
Yeah.
to all the platforms. But if you're starting from a YouTube video, we do burn the captions.
Okay, cool.
We're adding the full automated captions in the new year.
That's awesome.
But really the strategy is this: make a short form video. If you really want to dumb it down to simple terms, 60 seconds or less, vertical video. And the reason is this: if it's 60 seconds or less, it's compatible with every single platform. The limiting factor really here is YouTube Shorts. Other short form platforms like TikTok and Instagram, they allow you up to 10, 15 minutes. But YouTube Shorts, it's still 60 seconds. So if you keep it under 60, you're guaranteed to work on Twitter, X, LinkedIn, Pinterest, Snapchat, Spotlight, you name it, like all the platforms. So that's the easiest, simplest way. Just keep that in the back of your mind. 60 seconds, and it has to be vertical. And once you either take a long video and you make a 60-second clip using whatever tool, Repurpose or other tools, or you shoot it natively, then you upload that. Second step is to upload to your favorite platform. Everyone has their go-to platform. Like people are always either TikTok first, or that's where that's where they engage most with their audience, or it's Instagram Reels or YouTube. It doesn't matter. Pick your go-to platform. Ours is TikTok. Like we go TikTok first. We natively upload on TikTok, and then we go from there.
Okay.
And then you set up the automations to go everywhere else.
And when you create the content, I mean, I guess you have people on your team. I saw on the YouTube channel and things like that. You have it's not always you on the videos, I think, as well. So when you're creating the videos, do you create the videos like in batches? And I've seen also on your YouTube channel, you're not always the face anymore. I think you're like you have some other team members that actually they are on the
Yeah.
videos. So what's your process for this to actually doing this efficiently? Because for example, in my case, I might create a longer video, but that then I can have a lot of videos from this. From a short, that's still one video, so but it's faster to create it. But what's your process for doing these things?
Yeah. So if you're doing long video, it's it's there. You have at least 3-4 clips out of that longer video. If you're making short video, I mean, you want to start off with some kind of script, and you can use ChatGPT. I'm sure there's a lot of tools out there to help you script it. And it really helps to have a really clear structure because you're talking 60 seconds or less, and you got to get to the point. Short video, the key about short video, the reason why it works is the attention spans are very short. So you don't want to start off a video and say, "Oh, hey, I'm Hani Mourra, the founder of Repurpose.io."
They don't have time for that.
Seconds. Nobody cares. Nobody cares who I am.
When you see this in the feed, they don't know. I mean, even for, I don't know if you've noticed this, but even for longer content, before I mean, depends a little bit the context. But for example, I don't need to say necessarily, I'm Navid, blah, blah, I do this and that. If they want to check it out, they can do it. And depending on the video, but I see a lot of content creators, they're just going right into it a lot faster, kind of similar to how we did, even faster sometimes than I did in this video. I just wanted to introduce you first, but some people just dive right in basically. And
that's the hook. People say that's the hook.
Yeah, that's the hook, right?
Basically, the algorithms work in the first few seconds are the most important. Like the first 1 to 3 seconds are most important. If you're introducing yourself, nobody cares. No offense, like even me, nobody cares who I am.
Yeah,
they're scrolling. You have to capture their attention. So jump right into it. Say, content repurposing with AI, automate everything. Like say something that's going to catch their attention, so they stick past the first few seconds. Then you want to keep them engaged. So then you can talk a little bit. Okay, I'm Hani Mourra, the founder of Repurpose. We have thousands of customers. So give them a reason to stay. Okay, this guy knows what he's talking about because he's a CEO and he has thousands of customers. And then jump right into the value, the meat, the substance of the content. Just go right into it. And then you want to close off with some kind of call to action. Say, hey, want more content repurposing tips? Follow us. Click the follow, click the heart, or ask for a question. Hey, leave us a comment. Let us know what your favorite feature is or your favorite tip is. So the engagement, watch time is critical, and then engagement is critical. Did they like it? Did someone leave a comment? So those are the factors you want to keep paying attention to in short form video. Whether they're clips that you made out of long or whether they're natively short, you want people to watch more than a few seconds, and then you want them to interact, either comment.
You mentioned the scripting part, which is, I guess, more important when you're doing short form, but that's also where it might be, you're not going to script the full interview like this. This is like organic conversation and things like that. But when you're doing short form, like 1 minute or less, you using, I mean, you mentioned ChatGPT, obviously, and do you use that also for the ideation part and then the scripting in this point with your team and things like that to actually get...
We're diving more and more into ChatGPT and AI tools in general with this. Like our focus is a repurposing, right? But we can't repurpose content you didn't make, and you can't make content without a script. You can't have a script without an idea. So we're slowly kind of exploring that. Eventually, we're going to build tools within the platform to help you through the entire process. But we rely on ChatGPT to help us get ideas. I actually recently discovered this kind of by accident, actually, on ChatGPT 4. And it says, okay, I told it, hey, I'm a SaaS company. We're going to make content for, I think 2 weeks. And then they give you a breakdown. Say, the first day, talk about the company and say something interesting. Second day, show behind the scenes. Third day, do this. So it actually gave you a pretty good kind of script. We haven't implemented that yet. That was something we discovered a few weeks ago. But yeah, it's really interesting when you start using tools to give you ideas. But the bottom line is you have to, even with a script, you don't want to sound robotic. You don't want to read the script. It's just more of a framework and a guideline to help you just be you. At the end of the day, people want to connect with a human being. You're making eye contact with the camera and you're delivering value.
Yeah. No, it's interesting like this, because I use AI a lot like as an assistant to help me, not for,
Yeah.
I like to do my creative part a lot, like creating these videos, the longer videos, that's unique content. Then I might take what I've created and use AI for the supporting content. Like I don't like, the mundane tasks in my business. For example, the tags for YouTube. I mean, it's boring. Like you can use ChatGPT or something or AI for this, the descriptions and things like that. Even if you have a podcast, right? The podcast show notes. I don't know anyone who likes creating these kind of show notes too. I mean, unless you have a
Yeah.
passion for it. But I don't think so. Like these things, people want to do the things they enjoy. Maybe they enjoy doing interviews and they want to do more of that. So I see AI like taking away, and you can actually doing more of the things you enjoy, and you don't even need that big of a team, which is kind of crazy to think about. Like a few years ago, maybe you needed to be 10 people, and now you can be like like a solo business owner or like one or two VAs basically, and do the same amount of work. That is how I see it, at least.
1,000,000%.
Yeah.
You focus on what you're good at, but also you got the support in terms of like, the title of the emails you send out and
Mhm.
how you phrase the email, the flow of the video that you're making. Like the script helps you. Like it's really interesting. I thought, oh, yeah, I can just shoot up, grab my camera and start talking. I could do that, but if I followed a script, it's going to be more engaging. Like the script's telling me, here's your hook, here's your point. Like it structures the content in a way that's going to perform better. And of course,
Yeah,
with like any AI tool, the more you tell it, the better.
of course.
If we want to do short form video, want it to be engaging, it really helps. So 100%.
When
I
you
love it.
deliver, do you do it in like one take, or do you do it like do you read like one line at a time or something? What was your process when you
Yeah,
read
I
through
do
the
it.
scripts?
I should have a really cool tool, an app
Okay.
I think it's called Captions. Actually, it's on iOS.
Ah, I've seen that. That is
Yeah,
an
it has
AI tool. It's
it has
really
an
good,
AI
actually.
tool built in. It
Yeah.
also has the teleprompter right
Yeah,
there,
yeah.
so it forces you to look into the camera, or close.
It can actually change the eyes as well. It's
Yeah, I've
difficult,
heard about that.
especially.
I think they have that feature even
Yeah, that is
built.
pretty crazy. I saw it's actually pretty accurate. When for example, when you're doing an interview like this, because I've seen this, everyone is doing it, because you
Yeah.
have basically the camera usually on top, and then you need to look, because sometimes you need to see your reactions and things like that. You look down a little bit, but that's
Yes.
normal. Everyone pretty much do it. But I have it right here on top, so it's not so, and the computer is like up a little bit, so it's not so
Yes.
noticeable.
Yeah. No, especially
Yeah.
on the phone too. So they do teleprompter, which puts the the script. They make the script for you also if you
Yeah.
want, and then they have the teleprompter. But also, I think they even have the AI, like you were saying, to adjust your eyes to
Yeah,
make
I
it
don't
look.
know exactly how
And
that
it's
works,
pretty
but it's
wild.
pretty crazy. It's wild. It's
There's a lot of cool stuff. It's even like
yeah.
dubbing, like overdubbing different languages,
Mhm.
and then adjusting your lips accordingly. Like
That
it's
is
just really
hard.
crazy.
I mean,
I'm
that
so
is like
excited.
where I've tested like HeyGen and 11 Labs is like the integration. That
11
is,
Labs is
I can
good.
see that is a huge opportunity. Like not like even like beyond repurposing, because imagine taking like what we are doing now, which is in English. That's good audience for this, but imagine putting this in Spanish with
Uh,
my voice. I mean,
yep.
I could translate it, but it's more effective if it's like basically we are speaking Spanish here. I don't know if you know this, the very
Yeah.
well, but I don't know Spanish that well. I've lived in Latin America and things like that, but I don't speak too well Spanish. So then I could have like this video in this language and reach a lot more people, which is pretty amazing.
That is something we are looking at as well, to really automate that entire process. So like
Wow,
imagine every single TikTok you already have, we'll take them, dub them in
that
the
is like
languages,
taking things to another level, man.
push them
Like,
out like to your Spanish YouTube channel and then your Portuguese or
because you have seen that, right? For example, with Lewis House, I mean, he's translating his videos, but he's paying someone to, it
Mhm.
is not his voice, right? So
Yeah.
I think the new technology is for longer form content is still a little bit expensive. It's not
Yeah.
that cheap to do it. So
Clips.
but I would say that it might be still, what he's paying probably might still be expensive for translating all his content, right? So maybe it's, equivalent to like translating to your own voice. I'm not sure right now, but it's still something that it's gonna get just cheaper, and it might even be integrated to the native platforms like YouTube, Facebook, and because they want more people on the platform, right? They want people to stay there. And how are they gonna do that? If someone coming watching this now they want Spanish, is in English, they might leave, and they don't want that. So I think this just makes sense.
YouTube allows you, at least on some accounts, allows you to
Y-
upload the same video in multiple languages
Mm,
so that like the user can toggle the video and watch
okay,
it.
that's
I think
interesting.
YouTube has it. It's I'm
I
hoping
know
to
like Mr. Beast has different channels in
yeah,
different
different
languages, for
channels.
example.
Yeah, yeah, I
Yeah.
heard that. But I think YouTube's trying to, imagine everyone makes 10 channels, it's just gonna get duplicate content all over. I feel like YouTube is trying to
Yeah.
control that,
The
and I feel other platforms will as
It,
well.
it,
I'm
it
really
is
hoping.
like, for example, if you go to Neil Patel's blog, you have a toggle, right, for the language. You have like Spanish, Portuguese, I don't know what else he has, but yeah, English, obviously. So you have the different toggle. That is more user friendly, actually. You just can choose and you go and you
Exactly.
don't really leave. It's not like, I mean, it's in a different language. So still, he has the content twice, it's kind of like, but it's still like in a different language. It's not the same exactly, but YouTube might if you have it under the same account, at least, you know what I mean? It's not a different account. This is still his website. So I think that could be a nice feature if that was possible, for sure.
I believe that that's the future. Like, that's gonna happen on all the social platforms. They're gonna allow you to upload multiple language. I believe
That's just
YouTube on some accounts
repurposing
allow it now.
on steroids, basically. That's
Yeah,
crazy.
it's
Like,
gonna be amazing. It's
uh,
that's why I love AI. Like, it the way I look at AI in general, like, as we're an automation platform, we're integrating AI not because of, hey, this is cool, let's add AI because everyone's doing AI.
you're not AI first, because you were started as an automation platform. You're like,
Correct.
let me just people understand. Like, for example, you've been using a tool for many years, like
Mhm.
HubSpot as a big example, right? They have many big companies using it. They are integrated. They are like at a rapid speed now, integrating a lot of AI with the content. They have like content platform and many things where they have AI features. You're probably, if you're a HubSpot customer, you have been using it for years. Yeah, of course you're gonna keep using the AI features, right? So I think that's the natural process. Like Riverside, where you see now to record this, they started like as a podcast kind of platform to record remotely, and now they have magic clips. They have this kind of feature like Descript, where you have the transcripts. That's all AI, like basically, and also for the videos, you can choose if it's full screen or side by side and things like that. That's AI driven in a lot of cases. So I think that's kind of where you guys come in as similar. You started like automation, and now you're adding the AI features, which the technology has become more accessible.
Exactly, and it's helping us solve problems,
Yeah.
big problems, like how do you do translations and voice dubbing?
Hmm.
It's gonna allow us to bring that to you, the users, a lot quicker, right? So that's why I'm excited about the AI. I mean, there's a lot of cool stuff out there that's cool, but not really practical or useful. But
A
there's a
lot of
lot of
tools
stuff
will go
that's
out
really
of my prediction. I mean, there's six. I checked some tool lists. I don't know if you've seen it. It's like there's like 6,000 plus AI
yeah,
tools or whatever. There's so many, right? And a lot of them are pretty useless, if I'm gonna be honest. Like, they are not. Yeah, maybe they're solving some kind of thing. Of course, they're solving some kind of problem. But there are a lot of tools that they're just built on top of OpenAI, the API basically, and all of this, which is great. A lot of tools do it, but it's not like a full blown SaaS platform. They have like spent years on developing. That's pretty rare, because they're like launching very quickly. A lot of these tools, just because it's hot right now. But yeah, what have you seen like in marketing? It helps now to put like feature. I've seen a lot of tools like they mention AI a lot more. I think you guys are doing a little bit more with this as
we
well,
hope.
right? Yeah,
Again, we're just trying to. Yeah, AI draws attention, right? If you use
yeah,
hashtag AI or AI content tools, or yeah, we're like I said, we are trying to ride that wagon a little bit, but we've been
yeah.
doing automation for 7 years, and
Interesting.
we're adding AI, and we're combining AI and the automation now to help you, like the creator, do more things hands free or with minimal click. Things that will take you hours and days that you can just either fully or pretty much fully automate. So
Yeah.
like next year is gonna be a really big year for us. Like
Yeah, we'll
we're
get into
designing.
that a little bit, and the things that you might see coming, also the future.
Yeah.
But I wanted to touch a little bit more on the repurposing bit, which,
Yeah.
like, what do you see like in terms of like, yeah, you repurpose your content, but what I see a lot of times when people are like, I publish in all the platforms, but nothing happens, right? They don't get the reach. So like, what have you seen from your, I guess, some of your top customers, and even what you guys are doing to get more reach and actually get the benefits of having content, because each platform is a little bit different, right? So they might not want the same thing. So when you have the same type of video, like, how does that work, or what have you seen?
Yeah, we've seen it all. We've seen people who
Yeah.
just take their content or TikToks and put them on YouTube and they explode it. Like we're talking
Wow.
like one guy went from 0 channel to I don't know numbers, but he started monetizing like literally in like less than a month. Like
Wow,
he
that's
just took all
crazy.
his TikTok. again, there's extreme cases, right? Like, not saying everyone's going to do that.
Yes,
The algorithm changes so much. This is
of
back
course.
when YouTube Shorts just came out. So, of course, YouTube is giving it a lot of love. Now they've fine tuned their algorithm. So, like, to me, I look at repurposing as like, you're trying to be in front of your audience, right? In as many places as possible. You have your primary, like you have your go-to platform, like TikTok. This is where we engage the most, we comment the most, we post natively there. That's our go-to platform. Whatever it is for you, it doesn't
Does it
matter.
matter if you post natively or not, like in terms of reach? Have you seen
No,
anything there?
that's something that we struggle with. All social media platforms struggle with. Like people come back and say, "Oh, we're not getting the reach. We're not getting the reach."
Yeah, but
We're
if you post
at
like, let's say from an automation tool, is it the same reach as if you would upload natively?
according to Meta, we've asked Meta, like we have a contact there that
Yeah,
we're a
yeah.
rep. They said there's no difference.
Okay,
Right? But people get different experience. Some people have no
of
difference. Some
course.
people see different results. And then literally algorithm changes, I don't want to say daily, but maybe weekly basis.
Mhm.
So things change very quickly.
Of
But we
course.
were told the official word from Meta is that it does not affect. Otherwise, why would they open their API to tools to do it?
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, it's been like ups and downs. Some people say, but usually it's because maybe their content isn't sometimes resonating, or they just doing promotional content. I mean, there could be many reasons, right,
way
for
many
why
reasons.
something isn't working. So
Timing too. Like, are
yeah,
you posting like in the evenings this way, this like daytime, evening? But the thing about repurposing is you're not gonna get like I'm not gonna lie to you. Like you're not gonna get like if you're crushing it on million, 100,000, thousands of views on TikTok, you're not guaranteed or to get thousands of views on Pinterest, thousands of views on YouTube. It just doesn't work that way, right?
yeah.
The reason why you're getting thousands of views on TikTok is because you've built that consistency, you've built that engagement. You're there, you're uploading your comments.
Unless you're a celebrity or something like this, you're not
Yeah,
gonna get it. But if you're a
exactly.
creator, you usually, unless you're a really big creator like Mr. Beast or something like that, or like with millions of subscribers, you're not gonna take most of your people and move them. It's a little difficult, right? It's maybe some of them, but for sure it's like almost like starting over. That's why we see sometimes a creator with hundreds of thousands of followers on LinkedIn, but then they have like 2 followers on Twitter or something like that, or on Instagram. They don't even have an Instagram account almost sometimes. That happens because they're only focused on one platform, which it's fine as a start. As you said, it's
You
good
have
to
to,
kind of,
when you start, you have to start with one platform. Like
yeah,
let's be realistic. We're not usually content creators. Like content is part of our business, right? It's not
yeah,
the only thing we do. It's a part of our business.
exactly.
So to be real about it, you need to focus on one platform, upload there. The reason why we made Repurpose is that we get you on other platforms without doing any extra work. We
Yeah.
automate that process. You're going to get visibility. Like when people look you up the first time, they're not going to know, hey, they're only on TikTok. Like if I don't ever use TikTok, I'm going to go, let's say LinkedIn. I'm going to look for you on LinkedIn, or I'm going to look for you
Yeah.
on Pinterest. So you want to have presence everywhere. You may not need,
When I do
you
research, it's funny because I just wanted to share this. When I do research for speakers, like for summits and things
yeah,
like that, I do look where they are because we like to position our speakers there, right? So I'm checking where they are featured. If they have only like 2 followers on Twitter, I'm not gonna link up that in the speaker bio because then they're not gonna look that prominent when people click through there. But if they have 10,000 followers on LinkedIn or Instagram or 100,000, well, then I might link this profile up because it's more authority for them. So I do look at these things but yes, that's what I see all the time. Like some people are really big on one platform, but they don't have followers on another because they focus in on
they
owning
don't.
one platform first, which is what you recommended as well.
Yeah. So when you start, you put one platform first, and then you grow the other channels. So with that feature we released, where
Yeah,
you can just put one video per day, you're going to start growing. You're basically training, let's say Twitter, the algorithm that, hey, I
yeah.
post every day for the next 1,000 days. You're going to have a video. Every TikTok you've ever published
Mhm.
will be there. It'll take time to build up, but you're training that algorithm. Oh, wait,
We
this
need to get
profile.
this tool in front of more creators because I think a lot of creators could be on other platforms. Maybe not like 100%, engaging, but at least they could like have content there because
Right.
that still helps a little bit. Not as much as being engaging, but still is better than nothing.
Better than nothing.
And I should do this as well, but like a lot of creators should just go. Basically, they are on Twitter. Just repurpose that, or Instagram, or TikTok, whatever it is, or you have long form content. So yeah, I completely agree with you.
Yeah.
It's
Nobody does it because it's hard
yeah.
to do it manually. That's why a tool like Repurpose is designed for that. Is that you don't need to do any extra work. Like I
Yeah.
just saw on TikTok today, actually, it's a person just started a Snapchat channel, started posting their TikToks, and Snapchat has something called Snapchat Spotlights,
Right.
just
Yeah.
like Reels,
It's
basically.
kind of similar vertical, right? I don't use
Yeah,
Snapchat.
vertical. It's like Reels, basically like the Reels TikTok
Yeah.
equivalent. And yeah, we've integrated with them. So now he's pushing all his TikToks there, or his Reels there. I can't remember. And he's like,
Okay.
the results are incredible there. Again, not everyone's going to have that same result,
Yeah.
but now he has a Snapchat channel. He's obviously on Twitter. He's on LinkedIn, Pinterest, Facebook Reels, Instagram Reels, and TikTok and
Because
YouTube.
Pinterest, they have videos as well. It's not only
Yeah,
visual
they have
anymore.
video pins. They have basically like Reels. They have this thing
Yeah.
called video
It's
pins
pretty
and
cool.
like vertical videos. So you can
Yeah.
be everywhere. I can show you a quick snapshot of my
Yeah.
dashboard, how we
I
use
would
it.
like to see a little bit, if you can, and then we
Yeah.
can get into a few other things about the future and things like that. But
Yeah, let me check really quick.
yeah.
All right. So here we have basically all the different workflows that we use at Repurpose right now. So we have a TikTok. I don't want to go into the software too much, but before I did all these workflows, these recipes, you can go into the connections page and you connect. It's a one-time thing. You connect all the different social media platforms, your TikTok, Twitter, Snapchat, Pinterest, etc. And then you can make as many as you want, as many workflows or as many automations as you want. So we have one that takes our TikToks, goes to Shorts, to Twitter, TikTok to Snapchat, TikTok to Pinterest, to our company page on LinkedIn, to my personal LinkedIn profile, my Instagram. And then one thing that's really highly overlooked is backing up your content. So we have a workflow that can just take every single TikTok and automatically back it up to my Google Drive. And then if for
Because
whatever reason,
you have a connection to Google Drive, or you can connect
yeah,
your own Google Drive and just
yeah,
back it
you
up.
connect your own Google Drive. Yeah, this is like ours.
Interest.
Every person can add a connection called Google Drive or Dropbox.
Okay,
And then
nice.
basically back up your videos. This is a really big tip that nobody's really paying attention to. Like, especially when TikTok was being threatened to be shut down in the US and Canada, or a lot of accounts were just getting banned. Once your account gets banned, you have 1,000 videos, they're gone. You can't get them again. And you probably don't have a copy on your phone. So
Yeah, it's still hard to find it. Maybe you have a ton of content there, or maybe you don't have enough memory. You never know, right? So,
exactly.
or you
So we
deleted
have
it.
that.
Yeah.
We recommend that so much. Like just make that workflow, automate that, leave it on auto, and just let it automatic. Every time you put a TikTok on, within an hour,
Yeah.
backup is already on your
You
Google
know,
Drive.
Honey, I feel it's also so rare you take things off your phone these days. It's kind of rare. I mean, sometimes you might send something to your, via, to your computer or whatnot, but it's pretty rare. You don't, I
Yeah,
don't do it that often. So it's like usually stays on the phone. So if you lose your phone or whatever, or you delete something, you lose the content or the short form content at least.
that's a really big tip. So that's how we set up our account.
Cool.
And then you can leave them manual, so you can go inside and pick a video and publish it. I can go here and schedule a video on a certain date and time.
But your workflow now is completely automatic, or how is it set?
Yeah, I don't know. I think someone might have turned them off for some reason, to be honest with you.
Got it. But
Usually they're all on auto. Usually they're all on auto.
what does it say? Like when something is published, like does it say something, or like the description is like from the other platform, or how does it work usually?
Yeah, so it pulls in the description from this. In this case, I'm going from TikTok to Shorts. It will pull in the description from TikTok.
Okay, got it.
You status.
I mean, that could work on I guess some platforms, usually can work, like for example, TikTok to Instagram. I'm not sure exactly the length you can have.
Yeah, we handle that. Like we truncate it. If
Okay.
it's too long, we truncate it. If the video is too long, like let's say you have like a minute and 10-second video and you want to get down on Shorts and you don't care if the last 10 seconds are cut off.
Got it.
We can automatically cut that
I mean,
off.
it is still, because okay, of course, to write a custom caption would be the best, but it takes time. So if you only have that, but now with AI, you can actually do it faster. Like you can probably do this a lot. You can probably take this. You can probably here's how I would do this. Probably if I would do this really well, maybe I had a VA to help me a little bit with just adding this in. I would probably go to like ChatGPT or something like that. Take what I wrote on another platform and say, make a post custom for Instagram or something like that, or for.
I got that right here actually. I'm glad you asked that question. So we had the magic here, so you can auto generate, like respin this up. We don't have it in auto mode. We have it in manual mode. So and give you a couple hashtags
But
for your
where
YouTube.
this is like an auto mode there, or you're gonna also integrate with OpenAI and things like that?
This is using OpenAI in the
Oh, this
background.
is all okay. You already have the AI features built
Yeah,
in
we
there.
had AI
I was
features.
gonna ask you about this.
Yeah, we just don't
Cool.
have it in auto publish modes, meaning like if you want to automate from YouTube, from TikTok to YouTube,
Yeah,
you
yeah,
can't
yeah.
have it change. We thought
But that
about
makes
that.
sense.
It's
That
a bit
makes sense
risky
though.
though, right? It's a bit
I think it
risky.
makes sense to not have it in auto mode because this would be maybe someone want to see this first because you don't know what's
Yes.
gonna come out exactly from the AI, right?
That's the exact
So
reason. We're
it's
not
better. I
comfortable
mean,
automating.
I agree with you. This is, but it's still good. I didn't know even you had built
Yeah.
this in, but this is cool. This is great.
Yeah, it's built in to the application itself. So you can customize the YouTube description, title,
Nice,
captions, etc.
awesome, nice.
Yeah.
And what's
Um,
coming? What's coming with you mentioned some cool things that might come later. I think the language thing will be even later on, right? But what's coming in the near future?
yeah, the biggest thing we have coming right now is our platform been around for 7 years. It started off doing one thing. Now it can connect so many social platforms. And one thing you probably have noticed is I had so many workflows there.
Yeah.
TikTok to Twitter, TikTok to here, TikTok to that's just how we structured the platform when we first built it. But we are releasing basically our what we call our version 3 of our platform, like completely redesigned from the
Oh,
outside and the
nice.
inside. And the biggest request and kind of what is it, annoying thing about our software, if you want to call it that, is the fact that you had to make so many workflows. I wish I could just make one workflow that goes from TikTok to 7 different places and just have one workflow. So that's the biggest thing. Besides the new user interface, a lot more modern, a lot more simpler to use. That's the biggest feature that we're releasing. Is that we're calling it
Okay.
one place to many destinations.
Yeah, yeah. It's like one you're on TikTok and you just drag it out to the other platforms, basically.
Yes, yes.
That is awesome. I was gonna also ask about this, but it's
That's
good
gonna
you.
really simplify things,
Yeah.
and that's not an I mean, it's a new feature, but it's just an enhancement, but we got things like video editors, and we're talking about doing, like,
Or when it comes to AI stuff, what's such? I mean, you
yeah,
already had some
so
stuff built in for the descriptions and things like that. You can generate captions and things like that. That's
yeah, we're gonna
amazing.
have our own
Saves a lot of
caption
time.
generator tool,
Okay.
we can burn in the caption, then we're gonna do, automatic clipping. Right now you can do clipping, but it's manual. You have to kinda
Mhm.
watch the video and clip it. We're gonna do some recommended clips. Hey,
Okay.
5 clips related to something, and it'll just recommend a few clips, and it could resize the video for you to make it,
Awesome.
like horizontal or vertical.
Yeah.
We're doing a video editor as well. So if you really wanted to start on Repurpose, you got a video, drop it into Repurpose, you can edit there, kind of a
I
built-in
think it's
video
becoming
editor.
more of like an all because now with all the competition, right? It's like good
Yeah,
to have some tools because you already have like a really powerful automation tool to repurpose the different platforms. Now with the AI capabilities, you just like putting gasoline on this basically, just
exactly. And
just even more powerful,
yeah,
which is
and the
great.
vision is really this, like to be your, like I said, your go-to platform,
Yeah.
give you a tool to help you all the way from the beginning, from idea generation to scripting. Maybe not recording, you record it yourself. Then you can
Hmm.
upload it to the editor, automate some stuff there, then distribute it to all the platforms, and then get some analytics afterwards. So we're trying to be
Okay.
the entire suite. That's our
Analytics would
focus.
be interesting. You don't have analytics right now, right? So
We don't. We've honestly been like really honing down on like that core value, which is the
yeah, yeah,
distribution, right? That's what we've been focusing on. But
for sure.
we've grown a lot, and people are telling us we love the tool. I wish I didn't have to go here to check my analytics. I wish I didn't have to go
Mhm.
here to do my scripting, or
Yeah, yeah,
they want it all in one central place. And
sure.
we're listening. That's one thing. That's really how we grew, is we
No,
listen
but
to our
I
users.
can say from Hani is a really good guy too. So he's like, he's very approachable as a founder. So I think that is also something probably different from a lot of other companies. I've been just for this kind of the summit sessions I've done and things like that, new tools basically. Maybe they started like a month or a few months ago. Like we're trying to like contact them they don't have things down a lot of the times. Like you might start using a tool, but they're like, confused a lot of time. That's what I see. It's hard even to reach a founder for a newer platform.
Yeah.
You can probably remember how it was when you got started. I mean, you had a smaller team. Maybe you built the first platform yourself, basically, more or less, or with your. I don't know if do you have a co-founder for it, or did
Uh,
you?
no, it's just build a team over time. Now we're about
Yeah.
20 people. Actually, our
So you
team is about
built the
20
first
people.
version yourself, I guess.
Uh
Kind of.
from
Little.
here, like architecturally, yeah, I'm
Yeah,
I'm
yeah. But
not
you have
the best
someone on.
coder, but I'm
Yeah.
I'm a software engineer, so
Yeah,
like I
software engineer.
architected it.
Awesome.
But
What?
yeah, it's evolved a lot. It's
Yeah, yeah.
exciting, but
Awesome.
AI is going to make things so much better for everybody. Like it's going to allow us to give the creators way more tools to do things way more automated, which I'm really excited about.
But it's good to see that things are coming to tools you might have already used for years. I think that is what I'm getting
Mhm.
excited about. Let's say I'm still waiting for ConvertKit, which I use for my email marketing. I'm waiting for them to add some, AI. I'm sure it's coming, but because a lot of GetResponse and other providers, they have some AI features. It's maybe not the most essential. You want the email platform to work, and they still have AI feature for different things that you probably don't see in the background. But like I'm talking like for the content generation and things like that, you can like spin up stuff that you showed, things like that. But one question we didn't cover, like a few mistakes, what you have seen, like when people are doing, they might be trying to repurpose, but what are some core mistakes that you have seen people make when it comes to repurposing content in general
Yeah.
on online as a creator?
One thing that people they have to keep in mind, and you might want to use a tool for this or a person on your team is the engagement factor is critical, right? We talked about the engagement on your primary platform. Like when you post there, you
Hmm.
have to, of course, comment and like and stuff. But it's also important to keep an eye on the other channels, right? Um, if people are commenting on Twitter or liking the post and stuff, you want to thank them. You want to engage back. So, because engagement is one of the key metrics on all the platforms.
For
So
sure.
yeah, so we don't have the tools for that. It's not our main focus, but it is important not to forget about those platforms. You know what I'm saying? You have to be on there all the time. There's tools that will monitor all your social media, and if someone
Yeah.
comments or likes, then you can manage it from there. We use a tool actually for that.
What
It's
do
really
you
important to engage
what
on all the
what's your tool for that? I mean,
We're
so
using
some
Agora Pulse
Agora.
to
Okay, cool.
monitor. Yeah, it's a great
I've
tool
seen like
for
some people using Agora, Metrical. I think
metric.
Metricon,
Yeah, I've
Metricon.
heard of Metrical. I've never used it myself, but we've been using Agora for
Yeah,
a while for that
cool.
part of it. Like monitoring, it's great. No, it's a great tool overall, but it's for monitoring. We use it to kind
Yeah,
of see all our social media activity, who's commenting, who's liking it. We can respond right back because it's really important. You don't want to be posting on all these channels and then not
of course.
anyone
Imagine.
responding.
Then
That's like
you ghosted your followers basically. But
it goes to
what
exactly.
if you're not? Let's say you're posting on your let's say your primary platform is TikTok, and then you're repurposing, and you're not getting any engagement on the other platforms. Is it worth still? You're not getting any traction basically. Should you still continue? Is that like hurting your brand, or should they like change strategy a little bit? What do you think?
Yeah, I would think like okay, if you're getting zero, if you're starting a brand new channel, you're probably it's
Of
gonna be
course,
hard, right?
in the beginning it's hard, but I'm talking like you have maybe you're getting, I don't know what you're doing on TikTok, but let's say you're getting at least thousands of views. You're getting some traction. Maybe some
Yeah,
videos get over 10,000 and depends. It's the algorithm. You never know, right?
you
Can
never
some
know.
be,
Yeah,
especially for marketing content, if you're doing other like entertainment content can go more viral for sure.
yeah.
But any like educational content is a little bit more, it's a little bit hard. You need to hit the algorithm, be charismatic. Depends a little bit what
Yeah.
happens. But
I-
let's say your other
This
platform is not working. What do you think is what should you keep going?
that I mean, me personally, I would keep going. Like we have
Okay.
channels that we don't get engagement on, and we have channels that we get a lot, but it doesn't cost me anything in terms of
Hmm.
time. Like the tool's automating it everywhere, and it's maybe it's not showing up in the main feeds. Like maybe it's not getting exposed to people, but
Yeah.
people looking us up, searching for repurpose on Pinterest or whatever,
Yeah. Yeah.
will stumble on our channel and will see the content.
For
So
brand, I think for brand it's
about
good.
brand,
Yeah, for sure. I agree with you there. And of course, someone can stumble across it. Do you think, let's say you wanted now you have been big on TikTok, maybe on Instagram, maybe some other channels, but you are then want to go in all in on a new platform that you basically had to just repurpose to all, but you had like zero likes, zero traction on this platform. Do you think that have hurt? Like your, on Instagram, for example, if you don't get any traction, can maybe hurt your engagement for a while. You need to like build it up. What have you seen there for repurposing? And then you start like being more active on the platform, maybe posting more natively and things like that after some time.
yeah, it's hard for me to say. I don't like. It's hard for us to see all the different customers.
Yeah, yeah,
I would say, like, basically the bottom line is focus on your main one. Let that be your
yeah.
main one. If you're starting a new one, don't expect. If you already have presence, then it's easy. If you're
Then
starting a
it's very
brand,
easy.
you might take some time to catch on. And the other thing is the timing of the posts. Like with the auto publish feature within Repurpose, you can tell it only publish content between certain times, like between 9 and
Yeah.
11 or 12 and whatever. See at different times make a difference.
Yeah.
And then with hashtags as well, you can play around with hashtags. But I think,
For sure.
like, to me, these are all like advanced stuff.
Yeah. Yeah.
Most people, if you're just having the presence, like we're just using it for having the presence everywhere. It's really it's a
I
no
think
brainer.
that is where people struggle with anyway, right? Like
Yeah,
people struggle with having that's what we mentioned before. They might have like a lot of followers on one platform, but why? Yeah, it's not really about the followers, but you don't have any presence on the other ones, right?
yeah,
At least
yeah,
if not the same people are hanging out on LinkedIn as on YouTube. This is very different, right? And the same, very different than Instagram. So basically you could reach more people, maybe not having 100,000 on every platform unless you focus on it. Of course, you need to focus on what you want to
yeah.
become good at and where you want to have reach, but still you would have some videos on there, some written content. And then when you have more time, or maybe you're using AI to automate some of the things, you can go more all in on another platform, and then you can kind of master them one by one. That's kind of what I would recommend, at least.
Yeah, exactly. Just get them all out there, and
Yeah.
then you can improve. Like once you got the content up, you're publishing on a
Hmm.
regular basis. Then maybe, you know what, then you start manually scheduling content and
Right.
tweaking the captions for one video, two videos, and see if it makes a difference.
Sure.
Just start creating. If you're not creating, start creating. If you already have content on one channel, start taking that and pushing it out to others. Start growing that on autopilot. And then next step would be optimization. So don't try to do everything in one shot. It's better just to get started and have
Yeah.
content everywhere, have brand presence everywhere.
I think this is a great ending note for this session. Be sure to, comment if you have any takeaways for what we have shared here about repurposing, how you will do this, maybe what platform you will start on. And if you enjoyed what you saw Repurpose, there are a lot of cool stuff coming as well. Be sure to subscribe to the channel, like the video, and check out repurpose.io. And you can get the 30-day trial plus 30 videos if you go to navid.link/repurpose. So be sure to check that out. And Hani has a lot of good stuff coming. So really enjoyed this session, Hani, and thanks so much for taking the time.